My name is Tusani Reti. I'm one of the high chiefs in the village, Savaia, Lefanga. Lefanga is the district. And I've been involved in the village development since about 20 years ago. As far as climate change is concerned, we have witnessed a few more cyclones, strong winds than normally in the past. After the cyclones in 1990 and 1991, when there was a lot of damage to the corals and reefs of the village council decided that we should try to do something to get the corals to recover and also to allow time for the fish population to come back. So the village then decided to set up the marine protected area. We have this, I think it's a specific practice. It's for us we call it the tapu, but it's sort of like a seasonal ban on harvesting of something, like certain species of fish, like the krupa. There's a certain time of the year when they will be laying their eggs. So over the years, the corals began to grow back, and fishermen were reporting good catches of fish from the marine protected areas. So that was very good because it was a good, indicator to the villages that this thing can help with the people catching more fish, and in terms of people not going too far out into the reefs, into the ocean to fish, because they didn't have the proper equipment to fish beyond the reef. Soil erosion has been a major problem. About, I would say about 15 meters from where the shore is now has been washed away. A lot of people, as a result of that, have moved inland to higher grounds, also to get near to their plantation. The giant clam was a delicacy in the village for many, many years. But that began to disappear mainly through overfishing and destructive fishing practices. It's quite rare to see giant clams anywhere in Samoa nowadays. So this is a good attraction for people to come and snorkel around. We collect fees from people who use the marine reserve, and the money goes into a village bank account, and we use the funding to finance other village projects. For example, the fence around the school building, and also we offer scholarships and help the poor parents to pay for the fees of their students. Well, my dream and my hope for Savaia is for our young people to be able to continue to look after our village, our people well, and for our young people to become better educated, become more responsible, and the developments that they are doing now can be continued. That's how they will be able to develop their own families. So, big dream.
The west coast of the island of Hawaii is abundant in marine life. These waters are rich in nutrients which form a vital part of the food web. Mesopelagic micronecton are organisms between 2 and 20 centimeters long, which live in the mesopelagic or twilight zone. These fish, shrimp and squid swim upwards to feed at night. This movement is the largest daily migration of any animal on Earth. Mesopelagic micronecton are also a food source for many fish species that humans eat. This daily migration circulates nutrients through the water column and helps remove billions of tons of CO2 from the atmosphere. Small marine plants called phytoplankton absorb carbon dioxide through photosynthesis. Zooplankton, tiny animals, feed on the phytoplankton. So when the mesopelagic micronecton feed on the zooplankton, they transfer the carbon to the depths of the ocean. In some areas, the mesopelagic is starting to be fished to feed farmed fish, which could have a number of detrimental effects on biodiversity, not only on deep water ecosystems, but on other parts of the ocean too, such as marine wildlife, coral reefs, human food security, and even global climate change. Bangor University, NOAA, and the University of Hawaii are studying mesopelagic ecosystems. They discovered that the biomass and abundance of mesopelagic micronecton is higher near shore, particularly in the number of sawtooth eels and krill. Sawtooth eels eat the krill, and whales eat the eels. Their research shows how the primary production from phytoplankton in surface water, which is higher near the shore, could be driving patterns in deep water organisms, and how this may impact other marine ecosystems. It is vital to understand how these complex marine ecosystems interlink, so we can better manage the delicate balance between humans and the natural world.
Jadi memang karena kemarin lorong juga jadi sasaran dari perkebunan Menara Group, tetapi ya puji Tuhan masyarakatnya sepakat untuk menolak. Perusahaan menjanjikan banyak hal, tetapi yang dijanjikan bagi kami ya adalah janji-janji surga yang sebetulnya di belakang itu adalah neraka.
Kita jual tanah air, kita jual hutan.
Ya, Mika adalah influencer di dalam dinamika gerakan Save Aru di Dobo. Tanpa Mika dan teman-teman yang lain di sana, kami di Ambon yang mensupport tidak bisa melakukan banyak hal. Ketika dia berjuang untuk memimpin gerakan Save Aru, dia masih dalam status sebagai pegawai negeri dan sampai sekarang. Dan bisa dibayangkan seorang pegawai negeri berjuang untuk menentang apa yang sudah menjadi keputusan pemerintah.
Harus tetap solid karena proses intimidasi itu akan selalu ada. Teror dan intimidasi itu selalu berjalan dalam setiap pergerakan. Masyarakat satu, maka semua pergerakan akan berhasil. Tapi kalau tetap paksa, tetap tolak.
Kemungkinan akan terjadi sesuatu yang tidak diingini oleh Tuhan dan manusia.
Oh iya, tetap perlawanan.
Pasti akan perlawanan, entah fisika, apakah, pasti akan jadi.
Tuhan sudah kasih tanah untuk pergunakan untuk kebutuhan hidup sehari-hari, anak cucu, masa depan.
Iya, jadi ini persoalan lingkungan hidup, kerusakan lingkungan, ini tanggung jawab bersama. Jadi bukan hanya persoalan orang di Arus saja, tapi ini persoalan seluruh dunia. Apakah hutan kami yang sudah dipakai itu bisa dikembalikan lagi? Tidak akan memberikan sejengkal tanah pun bagi mereka.
Kalau hutan ditebang, pohon-pohon pasti habis. Hidup masyarakat di mana? Di lautan atau di udara?
Tetap kami lawan. Itu komitmen. Jadi itu harus kita lawan bersama. Setuju?
Kalau memang dari luar masuk, maka kita punya hutan ini akan rusak. Kan dari luar masuk kok.
Sebagai pemimpin pergerakan harus konsisten. Jangan terpancing atau terbuai oleh rayuan ataupun bujukan-bujukan yang disampaikan oleh perusahaan atau pihak-pihak yang menjadi bagian dari perusahaan.
Mika adalah seorang pejuang lingkungan yang sangat luar biasa. Sangat penting untuk memperbanyak Mika-Mika yang lain, ya. Dan Mika menjadi inspirasi untuk banyak teman.
One day, I got a call from the poachers. And they said, Josephine, you have been looking for us. We have heard your words. We want now to change. Can you come somewhere tomorrow and we talk? I got excited. I rushed there. I never knew it was a trap.
When I was a child, I asked my grandfather, there is one species of wildlife I've never seen. It's called rhino. He said, oh, yes. There were plenty of rhinos around here, but people finished them. I started questioning a lot of things.
Does it mean the same wildlife that we are killing today will no longer be there as rhinos? I grew up in a Turkana pastoral community in northern Kenya.
I grew up living just in fear. We have resource-based conflict. People have steal livestock, which becomes violent because they use guns. Poachers used the opportunity of our conflict. They killed our elephants. They killed our rhinos. There was no peace.
I had that instinct inside me, feeling that I have responsibility for my community, for this wildlife, because of the future generations. To speak out and tell people that for how long are we going to be talking about war? Why don't we talk about peace? That's what led me to confront the poachers, to tell them the truth that they are destroying their own resources. They are killing their own future. Suddenly, saw people coming out from the bush, around 7 guys with the guns. They are hiding their faces. My heart concluded it's over. It's my end. I said, okay, before you kill me, can you people give me a chance to speak?
I'm happy I was able to bring my community and my neighbors together, and they're enjoying peace of 9 years. The natural resources that I was talking about are now coming to be their livelihood. Good leaderships can come from a woman.
This is not a drill. My name is Greta Thunberg. We are living in the beginning of a mass extinction. Our climate is breaking down. Children like me are giving up their education to protest. But we can still fix this. You can still fix this. To survive, we need to stop burning fossil fuels. But this alone will not be enough. Lots of solutions are talked about. But what about a solution that is right in front of us? I'll let my friend George explain.
There is a magic machine that sucks carbon out of the air, costs very little, and builds itself. It's called a tree. A tree is an example of a natural climate solution. Mangroves, peat bogs, jungles, marshes, seabeds, kelp forests, swamps, coral reefs, they take carbon out of the air and lock it away. Nature is a tool we can use to repair our broken climate. These natural climate solutions could make a massive difference.
Pretty cool, right?
But only if we also leave fossil fuels in the ground.
Here's the crazy part. Right now, we are ignoring them. We spend 1,000 times more on global fossil fuel subsidies than on natural-based solutions.
Natural climate solutions get just 2% of all the money used on tackling climate breakdown.
This is your money. It is your taxes and your savings.
Even more crazy, right now when we need nature the most, we're destroying it faster than ever.
Up to 200 species are going extinct every single day.
Much of the Arctic ice is gone. Most of our wild animals have gone. Much of our soil has gone.
So what should we do?
What should you do?
It's simple. We need to protect, restore, and fund. Protect. Tropical forests are being cut down at the rate of 30 football pitches a minute.
Where nature is doing something vital, we must protect it.
Restore. Much of our planet has been damaged.
But nature can regenerate, and we can help ecosystems bounce back.
Fund.
We need to stop funding things that destroy nature and pay for things that help it.
It is that simple. Protect, restore, fund.
This can happen everywhere. Many people have already begun using natural climate solutions. We need to do it on a massive scale.
You can be part of this.
Vote for people who defend nature.
Share this video. Talk about this.
All around the world, there are amazing movements fighting for nature. Join them.
Everything counts. What you do counts.
Extreme's probably a good way of describing it. You get in, you feel it over your head, your shoulders, and as you're diving in, it just takes your breath away for a few minutes.
It holds you, and you feel a bit like you're floating in nothingness.
Just being out in the sea and just nothing else around you.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's like a massive therapist all around me.
Lifts you out of your brain completely.
The group was formed to train for a long charity swim, and from that, it was a hardcore of open water swimmers.
So initially there was great enthusiasm. It developed over time because once we'd done the river swim, then we could just do it because we wanted to do it. The people that we swim with, they range from the very, very best, like Jim, to real beginners, people who are just exploring and seeing what they can do.
I think it's people that just want a little bit of escapism, a bit of a challenge. And it doesn't matter what you do on land, when you get in the water, you're just another swimmer.
When we first started doing this open water swimming, everybody was in wetsuits because nobody knew how far we could go. And over a few seasons, we gradually started to dump the wetsuits because we're testing it out. And we got further and further and further and realized that you can swim without them. However, still some people wear them, and we don't see that as a bad thing. We see it as a good thing because not everybody's thermal capacity is the same, and it can extend your swimming time. So I think there's a lot of validity to use a wetsuit depending on the person.
Seriously, it is never warm. It gets down to what, 4 centigrade, and the highest, so it's been as sort of 15 or 16 centigrade. And people in other parts of the world won't even get it in the water when it's at the highest temperature here.
Most people look at you as if you're really stupid or there's something wrong with you, and it takes some explanation. I usually frame it by saying it's a really active and good sport, but the one that sort of slips most people's attention is what you feel after the swim. You're freezing cold when you do it, and then later on, the rest of the day you start to feel a real warmth. It's something which is hard to describe. Maybe it's endorphins or something kicking in and making you feel really good, but it lasts all day.
Everybody thinks I'm crazy. They can't believe that you go in the sea. When I was a kid, I was always told never to swim in the sea here. And if you did get in the water, it was never to swim in certain parts because it was dangerous. Now you get in and you know the parts that are not as safe as others. You can read what the water does, whether there's a little rip or whether the current is bad. It's a calculated risk half the time.
I was born in North Shields and I've lived in Tynemouth most of my life, so I've certainly got very strong heartstrings for this place. I worked abroad for 10 years and all I could think about was getting back to live here. I think you've just got to look at Tynemouth to really see how special it is. We've got one of the best beaches in the country here, but beyond the beach, we've got a great community, a lovely layout of the actual area of Tynemouth. And if we go back and look at the local history, it's phenomenal. You see this beach 100 years ago, when photography was kicking in, it was packed full, and it would be great to see that today. I'd like to think that we're part of that.
I enjoy just being in the water here. And I know it sounds crazy, but I've swum all the way around the UK and in different parts of the world. But the water here is different. It tastes different, it smells different, and it feels different. A little while ago, there was absolutely nothing on this beach. You get the odd dog walker, they would be here in come hella high water. It would be chucking down with snow and you still get the dog walkers, but there'd be nobody in the sea. Now, it's brilliant. You get surfers, paddleboarders, kayakers, swimmers, and we're all in the water together. There's like a common bond between everybody because you're all in that water at the same time, and everybody looks out for everybody else.
I would definitely advise it. With caution, it's not somewhere where we can just blithely go in there and hope to succeed. It's not for everybody, but you'll find out quickly. As soon as you dip your toes in, if you test it a bit further and a bit further, soon you'll reach your limit and you'll come out. The land from another angle that we don't normally see is fabulous, and we don't realize how good that is until we've done it.
It's nearly midnight at the beach, and people are just arriving. They're not here to swim or to fish. They're actually here for science. They're searching for a prehistoric creature, one that predates the dinosaurs. On full moons like tonight, they rise out of the oceans in the thousands, and that's when scientists take the opportunity to study them, the horseshoe crab. To understand the story behind why these citizen scientists are here, we have to go back, way back. The horseshoe crab can be found in fossil records dating back 445 million years. For reference, the T-Rex lived around 83 million years ago, meaning the horseshoe crab has it beat by hundreds of millions of years. They've survived apocalypse after apocalypse in the depths of the seas, until today. Decades ago, humans began to harvest them. We piled them up in the thousands for bait and for food, but also for something very valuable: their blood. If you've ever had a vaccine, you've likely been helped by their blood. A certain protein in horseshoe crab blood, called limulus amoebocyte lysate, or LAL, is very valuable in testing medical equipment. Here's why. Bacteria by itself can be harmful, and we have tests that can detect it. Even more, we have antibiotics that can kill it. But when it dies, a new problem arises. Bacteria that is dead releases endotoxins. These are toxins that were inside the bacteria and are released when the bacteria die. And they're very hard to detect. LAL, the extract from horseshoe crab blood, is actually very good at it. Whenever it comes into contact with endotoxins, it clots, forming a gel. It's used worldwide to test medical equipment and vaccines before they are given to humans. Nowadays, we have non-lethal harvesting techniques where we capture, drain blood, and release. However, new science tells us that this may still kill a significant amount of crabs, even after they're released. As of now, we don't know our continued effect on their species. And so, as they have helped us, a select few noble citizens have stepped up to help them. Under the light of their headlamps, they wade into the water, waiting for horseshoe crabs to wash up. When they do, they are plucked out of the water and put on the beach. Then they are surveyed. Size, gender, and location data are all collected. Next, they attach a tag in order to identify the crab for further research. This program generates valuable data that can help environmental officials know when, where, and how to help horseshoe crab populations. The best part is, it's carried out by average citizens and open to the public. Anyone young, old, or regardless of knowledge or training can help. These citizen scientists are doing their part to save the world. The question stands: what will you do?
Você já parou para pensar que o convívio entre seres humanos e plantas é tão antigo quanto a própria história da humanidade? Na história do Brasil, o uso e a produção de algumas plantas como a cana-de-açúcar, café e o cacau foram importantíssimos. Além disso, o próprio nome do nosso país tem a ver com uma planta nativa, o pau-brasil. Porém, o que muitas pessoas não se dão conta é que, além dessas plantas, o Brasil é o país com maior biodiversidade vegetal do mundo. Estamos falando de mais de 30 mil espécies de plantas. Assim, existe um potencial enorme e ainda pouco explorado que podemos aproveitar das plantas brasileiras. Vamos tomar como exemplo a nossa jabuticaba. Além de utilizarmos ela como alimento, um composto bioativo na sua casca, recentemente descoberto, retarda o nosso processo natural de envelhecimento. Você pode não acreditar, mas existem 33 espécies de jabuticabas no Brasil. Agora, imagine se esse mesmo composto bioativo estivesse disponível em maiores concentrações em alguma dessas outras espécies de jabuticabas selvagens. Testar todas seria muito custoso e demorado. Mas como saber por onde começar ou qual espécie escolher? Para responder isso, uma árvore filogenética, que funciona como um tipo de árvore genealógica da jabuticaba, seria muito útil. Com essa informação, conseguiríamos direcionar nossa pesquisa para, por exemplo, as espécies mais próximas à jabuticaba cultivada. Dessa maneira, economizamos tempo e dinheiro, e todos saem ganhando. Assim, o nosso objetivo é construir uma árvore filogenética das plantas utilizando o DNA, para compreender aspectos da sua evolução e da sua diversidade. Pesquisas como essa são feitas no Laboratório de Sistemática Vegetal do Instituto de Biociências da USP. Meu nome é Marcelo Cubo, e nesse laboratório eu desenvolvo uma pesquisa sobre as inflorescências de Plínio e gêneros relacionados, da família Myrtaceae, sob a orientação do professor Paulo Sano. Myrtaceae é a família que inclui as jabuticabas, a goiaba, os araçás e as pitangas, e as inflorescências são conjuntos de flores que podem estar arranjadas de diferentes maneiras. O que queremos é entender como esses arranjos se modificaram ao longo da evolução. Sabemos que esse é um estudo pontual nesse esforço de construir o conhecimento sobre a enorme diversidade brasileira. Por isso, trabalhamos de maneira colaborativa com diversos pesquisadores de outras instituições nacionais e internacionais. Fazendo ciência juntos, podemos fazer muito mais. Num país em que todos sabem o que é ser um time, formamos um time de cientistas. Mas quais os impactos de estudos como esse? Estudos assim são fundamentais na construção de uma sociedade mais sustentável, ajudam a melhorar as políticas de conservação e podem ser importantes no direcionamento de pesquisas aplicadas, ajudando na descoberta de novas fontes de medicamentos e melhorias na produção de alimento. Assim, algo que parece muito distante do nosso dia a dia, como o estudo da evolução e parentesco das jabuticabas, pode ter importantes reflexos ambientais, sociais e econômicos. Bom, agora, quando você se deliciar com uma jabuticaba, lembre-se que há um time de cientistas tentando descobrir novas informações sobre ela e compartilhar com o mundo.